I know we all want this COVID thing to end, and it will. The restrictions in place now won't last forever. Smart people are figuring out how to get vaccines to everyone, but it will take a little longer. Until then, we need to recommit and finish strong. COVID won't stop spreading on its own. We have to stop spreading it. Meet with friends outside, social distance, and most of all, wear a mask. We're all in. Are you?
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is the premier award-winning student property in Orem. With renovations of nearly $5 million, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or remote. And the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, so safety and support is the top priority. Lease now, get half off your November rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
Welcome inside the UCCU Center, where the Wolverines are hosting the Cougars of Chicago State on back-to-back days starting here on Friday. They'll be playing again tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. And Utah Valley looking to win a couple here at home. I'm Kyle Bruder alongside Josh Kalunke. Josh, what do you want to see out of the Wolverines today? We've seen we've seen what they're capable of. What do you think they need to improve on, and what do you think are their strengths that they need to continue moving forward?
Well, I think they need to continue with that excellent post play that they've shown here in the last few ball games. Before, of course, they had this setback with the COVID issues. Now we're going to want to see them turn the ball over a little less this weekend. We're going to want to see them play excellent defense. And now, while they're favored in these two basketball games, I really want to see them play like a favored team. In other words, come out here and don't just kind of coast through these basketball games, but really impose your will, impose it early, and get things done.
You know, we take a look at the starting lineup. First of all, for the Wolverines, we've got starting at center Josie Williams, starting at guard number 3 Maria Carvalho, number 21 at forward Neha Sohail, at guard number 11 Kayla Anderson, and number 5 at forward Shea Fano. And for the visiting team, we have starting at guard Winter Webb. Also starting at guard is Anna Haklichka. We also have number 22 Rashamani Webb, and number 11 Laura Segis. And then last but not least, for the Cougars of Chicago State is Nadia McKean-Thorman, who has actually been playing very well as of late, averaging about 15 points a game. So Utah Valley is going to have to keep an eye on that.
Well, absolutely, and this is a Chicago State team that really gave Seattle everything they could handle in their last 2 ball games. So you've got a team here in Chicago State that's very dangerous. They're going to play you close, they're going to play you tough, and they're not going to quit.
Utah Valley able to control the tip. Anderson up top to Sohail. Fano, beautiful pass inside, a miscommunication by Chicago State, and an easy layup for Josie Williams.
Yeah, the Cougar players just kind of looked at each other like, oh, somebody missed something. And a good job by finding the open player by the Wolverines.
Segis runs into a double team. That'll leave a wide open 3. That is up, and it is good for McKee Thorman.
It's Thorman McKee.
Thorman McKee, excuse me. Thorman McKee.
Thorman McKee with a nice-looking stroke there. It looks like you better honor her ability to shoot the basketball as Sohail misses, but a great job of blocking out by Fano, and she's going to get a foul here, and the ball will stay with the Wolverines. Just a great job of fundamentals right there by Fano.
Carvalho inbound under the Wolverine basket. And she'll just have to lob it up over to Fano. And there's Williams. She had a mismatch but decided to kick it out.
She didn't quite have her balance there.
She comes up short on the free throw line jumper. Not the greatest possession for the Wolverines. I'm sure we'll see Williams get the ball many more times in the paint as Chicago State is just undersized when it comes to the post play. Tallest player on the team for Chicago State is 6'1", while Josie Williams stands at a towering 6'5".
Well, then you come off the bench as there's a miss and a good rebound by Sohail, who is a sneaky rebounder at 6'1". She plays that wing, and so the tallest player for the Cougars at 6'1", and Utah Valley shows a wing, an athletic wing that can really shoot the basketball at 6'1".
Fano drop steps inside, and it rattles home.
Well, that's something you want to see more out of Shea Fano, is some inside play like that. She's been apt to settle for jumpers a little bit too much sometimes.
Nice drive there, but off the mark with Chicago State. Carvalho will find a cutting Sohail. She gets the hoop and the harm. It falls in, and Utah Valley goes up 6-3.
Well, that's a heady play there by the point guards. She went ahead and slowed down her pace a little bit to let Sohail get ahead of her, and then she made that nice pass. You see it there, a little drop off and an and one for Sohail. Sometimes as a point guard, you can outrace your wings. Oh, boy.
Okay. Sohail, the heads-up play, gets her own miss. It came up short, and I don't know if Chicago State just thought maybe she was getting 2 shots for some reason.
Yeah, they just kind of froze there, Kyle, and sometimes you see that, and that was just a letdown by them. Now, we'll return here shortly on this timeout from UCCU Center.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Welcome back inside the UCCU Center. Utah Valley off to a nice start. They lead 8-3. Chicago State was able to knock down their first shot. They hit a 3 right out of the gate. That was Thorman McKee, who averages about 15 points a game for the Wolverines, but since then, no points for Chicago State.
Yeah, and the Cougars so far looked a little bit like they're a little sleepy. I'm not sure when they came in. I don't know if they flew in today maybe or something, but they looked a little bit asleep so far. Made a couple of miscommunications, a couple of errors of just kind of not paying close attention to details. And, sometimes that happens. It's not a short trip from Chicago to Salt Lake City and then another 45-minute bus ride plus waiting for the bus and all those fun things you have to do to get here.
Utah Valley bringing the pressure to start things off out of the timeout. Chicago State able to get across midcourt. Thorman McKee will swing it on over. Now, Britter, I don't think the shot will count. It looked like the foul was on the ground.
Well, good looking move there. She trying to use that quickness against the size of Josie Williams. Used that quick first step and got to the basket, and nothing Josie could do but be a little bit late and knock her off her path and earn a foul.
Huklichka is able to inbound back to her. Carvalho was able to get around that pick. The Wolverines doing a really good job rotating defensively, but it didn't matter on that possession as Segis gets in for the lay-in.
Yeah, that's a nice move, a nice use of the left hand there by Segis. She just got all the way to the basket. Nobody stepped up, and she just took it all the way.
Fano, kick it out, Carvalho. She'll take the three and make the three.
That's a good look by Fano. Good. She got posted up a little bit too deep probably there for Chicago State's liking. Then she made a nice pass out of that post up when they came for some help, and just money by Carvalho.
Utah Valley, 4 of their last 4 from the field. That explains the 6-point lead so far in the first quarter. 6.5 to go. Mid-range jumper is up, and it is good by Britter. Chicago State here trading buckets with the Wolverines.
Well, Britter has come off the bench here and given them a real spark. Given the Chicago State, that is.
Carvalho, another 3. This one's off the back iron, no good. Utah Valley able to stop defensively, and looks like Sohail off and running. She'll skip it to Anderson. She'll take the corner 3, and it comes off a little too strong. Chicago State will get it back.
Well, Sohail had excellent position to rebound that basketball. She just
mistimed
it a little bit. Mistimed it a little bit, and that's a real helpless feeling, Kyle. You get up there, you think you have that position, and you're like, oh, goodness, I just mistimed this thing. It goes off her, out of bounds, Chicago State ball, and the Wolverines come with a 1-2-2 trap again here, full court.
They're running out of time to get it across midcourt. And, oh, so close. They call it right before she crosses it. Great job by the Wolverines.
Well, and I actually thought they might have had a travel there. She caught that pass, did Thorman McKee, or excuse me, Thorman McKee. And she kind of ran with it before she dribbled. And either way, it's a turnover, Utah Valley basketball. A great job on the press by the Wolverines.
McKee jumps in the lane, tries to come up with the steal and knocks it out. You can tell she's a little frustrated with herself after the turnover.
Yeah, and, McKee is a player averaging 15 points a game and then also trying to do a lot of other things. You see she's handling the ball against the press. She's got to do a lot for this basketball team for them to be successful.
Carvalho will take another open 3. That one is off the mark. Madison Grange has checked in for Utah Valley, and I got to mention, when it comes to individual leaders across the WAC, Utah Valley, as Carvalho commits the foul, Utah Valley's got 2 of the top 5, or let's say 2 of the top 3 even, 3-point shooters, percentage-wise at least, in the conference, with Madison Grange at number 1, shooting 45% from downtown, and Neha Sohail right behind her at 44%. So this Wolverine squad can shoot the ball.
They really can, and there's several other ladies that can really shoot it on this basketball team as well as those girls. And Utah Valley just really needs to get everything together. this is a great weekend to do that.
Fano, she'll take a straight-on three. That one is off the mark as well. The Wolverines have gone cold from downtown after making one earlier.
And what do they say about that three-point shot, Kyle? You live by it, you die by it, and so you got to live with those percentages.
And that'll be an over and back turnover by Chicago State as Moncrief was unable to get to it.
Yeah, just an errant pass there. Just kind of like tennis. I call those unforced errors in my little basketball mind. And that is, when you don't really force it yourself, just an error by the other team. And you can't have a lot of those and expect to win a basketball game.
Sohail drives baseline, gets it poked out, but there and ready was Otuafi, and looks like she's going to be called for a traveling violation. So back-to-back turnovers.
Otuafi, good job of coming up with that loose ball, and then just got a little bit too anxious to get it to the basket. Took that little drugger pivot foot a little bit as she went into that Euro step.
So far, both teams have taken pretty good care of the ball. That's just the Wolverines' first turnover. 2 turnovers on Chicago State.
Yeah, it's been pretty clean that way, Kyle, to be honest. And both teams, a 7-11 score. It's really both teams playing pretty good defense. A lot of good things happening for both basketball teams.
The clock ticking down. They're going to have to get a shot off as they do, but it is deflected. 1 on the clock, and that will be a head pat clock shot. Wow, shot clock violation.
Or
Holy cow.
A hot shot violation. Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Everybody knew what you meant.
I hope so.
Yeah, shot clock violation, that's always a big thing for any coaching staff. You really want to count those things and really reward your players for those because, it just means that they played really good defense for 30 seconds. And to Chicago State's credit, Britter has really given them a lift, and she got that rebound. She just wasn't familiar or wasn't aware that the shot clock was winding down.
Josie able to get a look, can't connect, and a scramble for the ball goes back to Utah Valley. They'll get a fresh shot clock. Now Fano low in the paint, nowhere to go, and throws it at, I don't know whose feet, but I thought we were going to have a jump ball, but Utah Valley retains possession. Carvalho sweeping in with the left hand and scores.
Wow, that's an excellent left hand by Carvalho, and she took advantage of the disarray that was there. It was a lot of disarray on that possession, and good job by Maria to get something positive out of it. But the Wolverines right now look a little discombobulated on the offensive end.
That's going to be a personal foul on Josie Williams, her second here in the first quarter, so no surprise there. She's going to come and hit the bench, and in comes Sohail, also checking in for the first time. It looks like number 12 for the Wolverines, Ileana Tafisi.
Well, Kyle, one reason the Wolverines may look a little rusty right now is they have not played in a couple of weeks. And since the last time you and I were here doing a game when they played Seattle, they have not played, and that's been 2 solid weeks. And they weren't able to practice for parts of that. So really, the Wolverines showing a little bit of rust, and that is to be expected. This COVID season has done that to everyone.
It has. It's one of those things where it's like, man, that's not really fair. But across the board, it's kind of fair.
Yeah, it balances itself out.
Yeah. Haklichka finds a cutting. Looks like that was. Who was that?
Precious Adiran.
That was.
Adidaran.
Oh my goodness. Adidran.
Adidran, yeah. So Precious with a nice layup and a good cut.
Tough angle and a tough shot by Otuafi, or Tafisi, excuse me.
Well, and as we know, these players, should they choose to come back and accept another year of eligibility, they all are going to get another year of eligibility for this season. And so this really is kind of a playing red shirt for a lot of them.
Yeah.
And but then again, a lot of these kids will maybe finish their degrees. They'll decide to go on to something else. And so, you know, it means a lot to all of them just to be able to play.
Under 2 to play here in the first quarter, and Chicago State looking a little bit stagnant. A corner 3 is on the way. That one comes up short, but Chicago State scrambling for the rebound. We'll have a jump ball, and possession will stay with the Cougars.
Well, Webb did a nice job. She got that offensive rebound. She just didn't really wasn't decisive with going back up to the basket with it, and Sohail just reached over and grabbed a piece of it, and it will stay here with Chicago State, but it changes that alternating possession rule.
Haklichka knocks down the baseline jumper.
Well, she's solid. She's really solid. She does a lot of good things for them so far here in this first quarter.
Sohail straight on 3. That one's in and out. And Fano nearly tracked it down. Chicago State able to maintain possession.
Chicago State doing a great job here of just playing defense, cleaning up the defensive glass, and coming down and getting another possession out of things.
Webb now up to Thorman McKee. And Tafisi is going to get called with the personal foul. That is the 4th team foul on Utah Valley. So the next one will put Chicago State in the bonus. Actually, that is the 5th foul, so they are in the bonus. Free throws coming for the Cougars, and they have a chance to tie things up.
Right, and Utah Valley did not take advantage of some of the opportunities they had early when Chicago State still kind of had their bus legs, as the first free throws missed there. They kind of had their bus legs, you know. It looked a little bit like they just got off the bus. And Utah Valley did not take advantage of that. To Chicago State's credit, they've really battled, and it's a 2-point basketball game with a minute to go in the first quarter.
Thurman McKee was unable to connect on those free throws, so Utah Valley with an opportunity to score. Under a minute to go, 20 on the shot clock. Anderson, corner 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by the Cougars. And Thorman McKee did the icky shuffle. Do you remember that?
Sure. Come on now. I probably got close to 20 years on you.
Yeah,
brother.
you would remember. You'd remember that before.
Yeah,
me,
I got
sure.
the icky shuffle, man. That was the icky shuffle right there. And Illinois is pretty close there to Ohio.
Yeah,
I'm sure they know the icky shuffle.
Fano able to knock down that elbow jumper.
And I think that's a great spot for her, playing that, 4 position. She gets that. She's got a great touch, and, always shooting the 3 is just not something you can always do.
Yeah, Fano stretches the floor a lot. She's able to post up, and she's able to knock down the 3 ball, too. So
absolutely, yeah.
She's dangerous wherever you put her. No good on the jumper. 5 on the clock. Utah Valley with a chance to push it. Anderson able to find Fano. Fano floats it up. She had a little bit more time than she thought she had, but she is off the mark. Utah Valley finishes the first quarter up 15-11. Stick around for quarter number 2 here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll see you right back here. Welcome back inside the UCCU Center. Utah Valley leading 15-11, and you see the graphic on your screen. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule for Utah Valley. There's been a couple of postponed games. They haven't had a chance to play Tarleton yet. They're playing Chicago State today and tomorrow. They were going to play Benedictine. That was canceled, and then both games against Dixie State were canceled. So it looks like the next time we're going to see Utah Valley play is on February 19th and 20th against New Mexico State. So they'll have another little gap in between games, just like they had before this little series here against Chicago State, and that's just kind of the name of the game with the circumstances. So both all the teams in the conference and across the nation just kind of have to get used to it.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but it is, and you just have to deal with it because you're really hard to get into a rhythm when you're only playing as there's a little scrum, a nice play down there, and Wolverines defensively come up with what turns out to be Wolverine basketball here.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's, or was it? Or they call a foul?
It must have been because I thought that.
I thought the Wolverine. Oh no, the Wolverines got it at the quarter.
Okay.
So that's on me, folks.
It's all good.
The biggest issue is it's hard to get into a rhythm, and it's hard for Chicago State to get in a rhythm. They run into the same issues. Everybody's struggling to keep a rhythm, so it's you almost hope you play somebody who hasn't played for 2 weeks, and you've played twice.
Yeah, and that's. We got a 3 on the way. That one is no good. Rebound, it's by Sohail. But, it seems like when it comes to teams not being able to get into any rhythm, I think that's where effort is going to end up winning you games.
Absolutely.
Malufau had nowhere to go. Sohail, she'll float it up on the baseline, and she knocks it down.
Well, that's a move right there that I'd love to see her make a lot more of. She's such a great three-point shooter. Teams tend to really come out and close out hard on her, and so a little shot fake, one dribble and a floater, just beautiful.
Thorman McKee picks up her dribble. Now back to Thorman McKee. Wanted the shot. She's going to cross over, go inside. Great take and great finish.
Yeah, absolutely. That's well described, Kyle. I mean, my goodness. That was a big-time move right there.
Wolverines up 4, and a great steal in the passing lane for Chicago State. That was Webb getting her hand in there, and suddenly it's a 2-point deficit.
Yeah, Winter Webb, she just jumped that passing lane and took it all the way down, went hard to the glass with the left hand and laid it in.
Carvalho wanted the 3, but a quick closeout. You're seeing a lot of energy from Chicago State. Carvalho again off the back iron. She knocked one down earlier, but has had a hard time finding the net since then. Utah Valley now 1 of 9 from downtown after making the first one.
Well, now it's time to make an adjustment if you're Coach Nielsen. It's time to, and he's doing that right now. He's bringing back Josie Williams, the outstanding post player for the Wolverines. When you're 1 for 9, it's time to stop settling for the 3-point shot. Time to start getting things going to the basket, get to the line, do some things where you're getting baskets inside the arc so that you start inside and go outside.
Williams able to block it and makes an immediate impact on the defensive end, so you called it.
Absolutely, and that's where 6'5" is so huge. Great move by Thorman McKee, but just at 6'5", you can make that up.
Williams was right under the basket. They had the high-low option. Malufau takes it herself, though, and results in a missed shot. So Chicago State with another chance to tie it up.
Well, Malufau kind of got caught in a bad spot right there. She thought that she had an opportunity to hit Williams, and then she didn't, and
that
she
gap closed
stuck
real
herself.
quick.
Yeah, and she kind of stuck herself in a spot where she had to throw something up. The Wolverines play good defense again, though, Kyle, and another jump ball, and the possession arrow this time belongs to the Wolverines.
Josie Williams, again, didn't necessarily get a block there, but altering shots.
Yeah, she changes the game.
You start to see that the opposing shooting percentage dip back down. Yep. Chicago State currently shooting over 40%, but you see this block from Josie right as she comes into the game, and there's just no one else on the Wolverines that can
No, you
impact
can't do
it
that.
quite like that.
6'5" is in the women's game is close to 7 foot. And see, there you go. You go right inside. That's what we talked about. Stop settling for 3-point shots because they're there and they will be there throughout the basketball game. But let's get some rhythm going inside to our big inside scorer and make Chicago State start thinking about her all the time. Double teaming, doing those things. We'll get more open shots.
Williams' first free throw is up and good. Only the second free throw attempt for Utah Valley. They're now 1 of 2. Make that 2 of 3 as Williams knocks down a pair. Williams now up to 4 points.
Well, Williams has such a good-looking shot. It's a great rotation on it. Good-looking free throw shooter.
Haklichka to Webb. Webb gets stripped, but Anderson is actually called for a foul. I think she did get a little bit of arm there, so that'll be a foul on Utah Valley.
Well, and Anderson, she's been a little bit quiet in this basketball game so far. She's usually a very big spark for the Wolverines and does a great job of playing with a lot of intensity on both ends of the court. And so see if she can assert herself a little bit. And, a lot of times that has to do with when you start making a few shots, it's amazing how, people start playing a little, you start playing a little bit better.
Yep. Jumper up and no good for Thorman McKee.
Fano ran the floor really well there, but Carvalho didn't think she could get her to the basketball on that one. But good to see the Wolverines running the floor.
Utah Valley was looking to find Josie, and I think we're going to have a foul as
yeah, and that's
Ritter got a little too aggressive with her.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you get. You get that size and that inside scoring ability in there, and you're going to get pushed and shoved, and the fouls will start to mount up.
Anderson, beautiful pass inside to Williams. She is fouled. Didn't connect, but she will head to the line again.
Right, and that was actually a very well-designed play right there. Nice little back pick, and Josie came out from behind it, and just a great inbounds play right there drawn up by Coach Nielsen. An excellent, excellent execution by all the Wolverine ladies. I got to put that one in my book, man.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that too. I want to go back and watch that.
That's a good-looking play.
Chicago State with 3 team fouls, the Wolverines with 2, and just over 6 minutes left in the first half. She's able to get them both. Williams now up to 6 points.
Well, I think a steady dose of Josie Williams here for the next few minutes. And inside play, overall will really help the Wolverines increase this gap.
Williams did a good job defending it, stayed straight up, but
that's
great
Britter.
job by Chicago State.
Britter's a real spark. She has been tough at this point. I think that's 6 for her so far in this basketball game, and she's just been a huge spark for them.
Looks like Britter is called for the personal foul.
Maybe I was wrong. She only got 4 points?
I thought it was 6, but maybe it is
Maybe it
just
hasn't
4.
updated. They haven't updated the stats yet. But she's done a great job coming in off the bench, both rebounding and scoring. And now she's, as we talk about her, she exits the basketball game.
Anderson, she's going to, thought about pulling up. Great pass inside. Williams couldn't connect, but Fano does.
Well, that's that offside rebound that's going to be there when there's double teams and other things like that happening where you're focusing on other players. Just a good job by Fano to get in that position, clean that up.
Nice move by Webb, but comes up short on the baseline jumper. Sohail drives baseline. Williams open for 3. She buries it.
Well, I talked about her having that excellent, great-looking free throw Well, you get to the line enough, you start getting a little bit of confidence. Why not back it out a couple feet and knock down a three?
She's shown that she can knock that shot down. If she's open, she's going to take it.
And just a great-looking shot by Josie Williams. She's really been a spark here in this, as the Wolverines have now built this lead to 9.
Haklichka has to fire a 3 up. That one's off the back iron, and Chicago State takes down the long rebound. Corner 3 rattles in for Thorman McKee. She knocks down her second 3 and is up to 8 points.
Yeah, and Thorman McKee just kind of has a way of hitting shots at the right times to keep Chicago State close. Thus, she is their leading scorer.
Williams gets double-teamed. Carvalho bobbled it. She'll pull up for a short little jumper. It comes off the glass weird, and there's Williams. Can't clean it up, but another rebound for the Wolverines.
A great job by Sohail to get in there and then make a good decision. She didn't really have anything, so she brought it back out. Fresh clock. Let's work it around and get a good shot.
Fano catches it deep. Anderson, Sohail floats it up. It's no good, and a jump ball with 1 whopping second on the clock.
Well, Sohail's got to be frustrated with herself on that one. She had plenty of time to lay it up. She just rushed it a little bit. The Wolverines now lead 26-20.
We'll see you right back here on the WAC Digital Network here in a moment.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized.
.330 left in the first half. Utah Valley up by 6. Chicago State, as Josh had mentioned before, they're just able to knock down shots at the right time. They're shooting a better percentage than the Wolverines. Utah Valley has taken 5 more shots, but they're just not shooting the ball as well. The Wolverines have basically been dying by the three-point shot. They hit a couple of them, but 2 for 10 is not going to get the job done. Fortunately, Josie Williams has come in and given them a big spark.
Well, right when we mentioned it was time to go in to get the basketball inside, when it was about it was back and forth 2-point game, the Wolverines brought in Josie Williams. They went to Josie Williams and they expanded it to a 9-point lead. And Chicago State has continued to hang around. As you said, Thorman McKee just keeps hitting those shots. And there's another great-looking shot there, and that one's was that Webb? No, that was
looks like that was
Precious.
Deidre. Oh my goodness, that I swear I had it.
I know, I did the same thing.
Adediran,
yeah. Precious Adediran, she's made some key shots as well.
Anderson couldn't connect, but there's Josie, and Kayla Anderson got a little physical there with Thorman McKee. Thorman McKee hit the deck kind of hard.
Yeah, and Kayla is one that will get physical.
She's scrappy.
Yeah, she is. She's a tough
You can see
gal.
on the replay.
There may have been a little theatrics.
Maybe
it
a little. There might have been something that we missed on the angle.
Sometimes you tweak something as a player, and if it just tweaks a little bit, it scares you more than it maybe hurts.
For sure.
And
yeah.
You're like, oh, I think I just hurt myself. And, like she's shaking it out a little bit. She'll be fine. A 30-second timeout here is taken now, Kyle. And what do you think? The Wolverines here is still 6-point game, and really Chicago State doing a great job, as you said, hanging around. Thorman McKee hitting big shots at the right times, and then you have both Britter and Adedrin that have been both really just kind of making some shots, and the rest of the team pitching in just enough to really hang around in this basketball game. And the Wolverines are not kind of doing what I talked about in the pregame.
Yeah, I think Utah Valley, when Josie Williams is in the game, they've relied heavily on her, which rightfully so. She's double digits in the first half by itself, and she's done a great job. But she needs a little bit of help. We've seen a couple of solid plays from Sohail and Fano and Carvalho, but aside from that, there's not a whole lot else going on.
Yeah, there just hasn't been a lot of consistency from some of those other players, and everybody kind of sleepwalking through this one a little bit so far in the first half. A lot of rust. Again, we're not going to throw up a bunch of excuses, but we are going to say Chicago State traveled here, long trip. Utah Valley hasn't played in 2 weeks. So you've got two teams that are both trying to find their sea legs a little bit, I think, here in this first half. And hopefully, we'll see a big improvement in the second half, and we'll really see both teams come out and play a little more spirited basketball.
2:50 left in the half, and Utah Valley up 6.
I guess spirited basketball is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I could play spirited hoops.
I think, did they extend the timeout?
Yeah, it looks like it. And I'm not quite sure why. Maybe they just like to hear us talk. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I doubt it, but.
Trust me, my wife would disagree with that 100%.
All right. I would love to see Utah Valley draw something up for Madison Grange as she sits atop of the WAC in three-point percentage.
Right, and she hasn't had an attempt today. So that's one player that has not had attempts. She played early in that first quarter and has not had an attempt here. So I think you're hitting something on the head there, Kyle.
And an arid pass. Thorman McKee tried to hit Haklichka, and she mishandled it, so Utah Valley will get the ball back. That is turnover number 5 on Chicago State. Only 3 for the Wolverines, so it's still been, any turnover is too many for a coach, but I think both teams have kept it relatively low.
As you say that, the Wolverines turn it over on a 3-second call. Looked like Fano got caught.
That's the worst when I start talking about it and then it happens.
Yeah, and it's quite obvious it's your fault.
Yep.
To everyone watching, that was definitely Kyle's fault.
It was.
Because trust me, I'll do something later that will probably be worse.
We'll see. Time will tell. Chicago State still, they've closed the gap a couple of times but haven't been able to get over the hump. Great outlet pass, and the 3 is up and gets the friendly roll. Looks like Webb was able to knock down one from distance, and Utah Valley up by just 3.
That's Winter Webb. She continues to be a key contributor. That's 7 points for her now, I think, or 5 points for her on the game, and she's come up with 5 big points here in this quarter. Cougars
dangerous
now
pass, but right on the money. Williams can't connect, but is fouled. She'll head back to the line.
Well, the Chicago State player is kind of looking at the official like, what am I supposed to do? And there's no way I can grow 5 inches here really quick. And it's tough when you're matched up as a 6-foot player maybe. In fact, 6-foot player is she goes by Iffy, I think. Or no, that's Lailani Moncrief. And she picks up that foul, and, what can I do? I'm 5 inches shorter. It's a very difficult situation for her as a defender.
5-point lead for the Wolverines. About a minute and a half to go in the half. Haklichka back to Webb, who just knocked down a 3 a moment ago. Beautiful pass. The no-look dump down into the paint. Beautiful pass by Haklichka.
Haklichka to Moncrief, and that was just a beautiful play, as you said, Kyle. And she used that. She looked that way, and everybody else did too. Dropped it down to her post player, who laid it nicely in the basket.
Carvalho tried to find a cutting Sohail. It was a good idea, but that gap closed as the ball was on its way, and just like that, Chicago State trims it to 1 with under a minute to play in the half.
Well, and that's just a nice play and a good break. Winter Webb shows her athleticism down there. The left hand for Josie Williams, and Josie fouled again, and she's going to go to the line one more time. She goes that left-handed hook. She likes to go to her
it. You'd
left.
think she's left-handed.
Yep. Well, a lot of right-handers, what happens is that you grow up, you're playing this game, and you're coached to go to the left, to learn your left hand, to learn to make that left-handed shot, to make that left-handed layup. Then it becomes a left-handed hook. Then it's to turn to your right shoulder because you're always turning to your left shoulder. And then pretty soon you've worked on that so hard. You're better
it's second nature.
Yeah, you're better at that one than you are sometimes at your natural side, and that's very common in this game.
Williams putting on a free throw clinic is now 8 of 8 with 15 points in the first half. We're going to have to keep an eye out on that because if she doesn't slow down, we might see a Williams career high. Haklichka for 3, that's off the mark and rebounded by Williams. Utah Valley, no shot clock. They can hold for the final shot of the half. Anderson will skip it. Grange inside to Fano. Anderson has a great look from 3. It's off the mark. Chicago State, the clock ticking down. They'll fire up a long 3, and that comes up a little short.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that is not good. It looks like Webb came down awkwardly, and she is... oh, man, she's holding her knee. You hate to see that.
Big time. That's Rashamani Webb. And 2 Webb ladies on this Chicago State basketball team. And you can see the concern on her teammates' faces as the coaching staff gets them to go to the locker room for halftime. But a lot of concern here at the UCCU Center for this young lady, Rashamani Webb.
You can see here on the replay, and it's really hard to see exactly what happened, but either way, she's in a lot of pain on the ground, and all you can do is just hope for the best, hope that there's nothing too crazy going on.
Yeah, you're hoping that it's just a little tweak or something, but anytime you're dealing with a knee, you can blow a knee out walking across the street. It's just very difficult. So Utah Valley leading 32-29, Kyle.
And we'll take a break here, and we will see you back here for the second half on the WAC Digital Network.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing. This is home.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
If we can see things for what they are, if we can see what they could be, if the plastic we use, we never throw away, if the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Make some noise!
Let's do this. Buddy. Come on. Creative, the world needs an answer. Give us the answer. Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds. Creators run the show. We want the answer. From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the rules. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
It's not always easy being the exception. They'll tell you you don't belong, that it's not your place, that it'll never fly. But here, you learn that you have a choice. You can listen to those voices, or you can leave them all speechless. But the key component there.
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines!
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University women's soccer star, graduate, and Rhodes Scholar finalist Hannah Bruce. Not only is Hannah the first UVU student athlete to be a Rhodes Scholar finalist, she is currently studying to earn a master's degree in neuroscience at the renowned University of Oxford in England. Support the next Wolverine Rhodes Scholar finalist by joining the Wolverine Club today.
Hi, I'm Blake. And I'm Ben. Start your holidays at the Murdoch Season of Giving event. With every new vehicle purchase, customers receive a $250 holiday VIP gift card to Utah's locally owned Al Sporting Goods. In the spirit of giving, a portion of each sale is being donated to Utah foster care during the holidays. As the saying goes, it's always better to give than receive.
This month, Murdoch Hyundai is giving our customers 0% for 72 months on the Tucson, Santa Fe, and Sonata, plus $1,000 bonus cash or no payments until April 2021.
You've got to come and see us online at murdochhyundai.com.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Who am I? And furthermore, what do I want? What makes you itch? That's the most important investigation anyone can make. But you don't find this out until you investigate it. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Because if you say that money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. Forget the money. After all, if you do really like what you're doing, you can eventually become a master of it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
To national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
And welcome back inside the UCCU Center, where the Wolverines are hosting the Cougars of Chicago State, not only today but tomorrow as well. So far, Utah Valley leading 32-29 at the end of the first half. There was a bit of a scare that we'll get back to, but first, let's take a look at the WAC standings. First, we've got California Baptist at 6-0. They've just been basically laying waste to all of their competition that they see. Grand Canyon 3-1, Seattle 4-2, Utah Valley 2-2. And so all of these numbers are certainly subject to change pretty soon. New Mexico State below them, 1-1. And then UTRGV, Chicago State, and Tarleton all at 0 wins so far. And Dixie State, I believe that they've just kind of canceled the rest of the season. So we're not really going to see them in those standings nor in conference play. So it'll be interesting to see how things shake out as things progress.
Well, ideally for Utah Valley, they'd really like to get into that number 2 spot and avoid a game in that tournament against Cal Baptist until you absolutely have to play them. But Utah Valley right now just looking to get out of this game alive as they lead by 3.
Williams will kick it on out. Now Fano gets nearly triple teamed, so really aggressive on the defensive end of the Cougars. Fano can't hit the long jumper, but there's Sohail. She just gets it swatted right away. She's not used to that.
No, absolutely not. A nice play there by Chicago State.
Sohail usually the one serving up the blocks. Fano thought she shot it, but she gives it up to Williams, and Williams, beautiful hesitation and the patience under the basket, is able to score.
Well, see, that's patience isn't exactly what the word I would have used right there, Kyle. She was very patient inside, and even though you're 6'5", you can still get that shot blocked. You have some athletes. There's a steal by Kayla Anderson. She comes and she goes with the lob pass, and it's knocked away by Britter. But you want to be patient in there and give that pump fake, let some people fly by, and then lay it in.
Utah Valley will inbound under their basket. Fano and Chicago State with the active hands. Fano off the mark, rebounded by Chicago State.
Well, we said before the game that Chicago State is a scrappy team. They play everybody tough. Their record does not show how pesky and how good a basketball team this is. They're just not very deep. They only have 8 or 9 players on their roster. In fact, 8 players on their roster.
Beautiful play inside by Britter.
Yeah, Britter is a really good-looking post player. She's quick in there. She does a nice job using the dribble to get herself into positions, and just a beautiful play there.
Anderson straight up top. Now Sohail, she'll take a 3. That one is off the mark, and the ball will go back to Chicago State.
Well, Utah Valley continuing to struggle from deep here, and good sign here, right here on this check-in for Chicago State as Webb comes into the basketball game. She left with some assistance at the end of the second quarter, and she's back in the game. She got a little hitch in her giddy up there though, but she is back in the basketball game. That's number 22 right there with the basketball, Webb.
Haklichka didn't really have anywhere to go. Thorman McKee, and now Haklichka finds a cutting Britter. Britter can't connect this time. Carvalho tries to speed past the pack, couldn't do it, and nearly results in a turnover. And then Fano gets blocked, but a foul. That will send her to the free throw line.
Great job by Fano, and what she did was she did a nice job of using her body to get between her and the defender, and the defender had to come all the way across her body to block that shot, and therefore could not do that without fouling. Good job, Shea Fano. She's a Timpview High product.
Timpview is notorious for having some great athletes come out of their program that have come to, whether it's Utah Valley or BYU, and then other states too.
Yeah, her brother Logan just signed to play football for another local university here that's close by. Not the Chicago State Cougars, but a different kind of Cougar that
those other ones.
I don't mention their names. No, and congratulations to that young man. A lot of hard work going on at the Fano household.
Fano knocks down the back end of a pair of free throws. Utah Valley 9 of 11 from the charity stripe today. And Chicago State 0 of 2. Not many trips to the free throw line for Chicago State, and they haven't made any thus far.
That, in some ways, that makes me question, is Utah Valley being aggressive enough defensively? You know, is there enough aggression being exerted on the defensive end? They're not fouling much. Or are they just playing great D like that?
That was pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
so
it was aggressive and great defense.
Carvalho has to hand it off to Anderson because she got sandwiched, but great pass inside. Sohail can't hit it, though. Williams, little baby jump hook. That's good for her. She's up to 19, which ties a season high. Her career high is 23, so we're going to keep a close eye on that.
Well, it was a little bit of a rush by Sohail, and there was no real reason for her to rush the basketball to the basket, but she did, and Josie was there to clean it up.
Fano gets a hand on it, pokes it out of bounds, and Chicago State will hold on to possession with 13 on the shot clock. Madison Grange comes back in for the Wolverines.
And again, you mentioned it in the first half, and that is to see, I'd like to see Madison get an open look here and maybe get up a couple of three-point attempts. She's, as you said, leading the WAC in three-point shooting percentage, but has not even been able to get an attempt up today.
No, and she's not hesitant to shoot it. She just hasn't had any quality looks so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Offensive rebound goes to the Cougars. Williams comes up with the rebound. That is rebound number 8. So 19 points, 8 rebounds for Josie Williams. Carvalho has a great look. Corner 3 is on the way. Back iron. It's been the same story since she knocked down that first 3 early. It's just been back iron on the three-point attempts.
Yeah, and it has been that way for the whole team. You really want to see somebody knock one down and see if the whole team might pick that up. And there's an aggressive move there by Carvalho, and that's where you got to go, Kyle. If you're struggling from 3, you've got to get things going to the basket and inside. But the Wolverines have just really still struggled to do that with any kind of consistency.
Ida Dyron picks up the personal foul. That is her first personal foul, and looks like the second team foul on the Cougars. And this is Carvalho's first trip to the free throw line today. First one's good. Leilani Otuafi is checked back in for the Wolverines also. And Carvalho misses the second free throw attempt.
You know, Coach Nielsen really trying to put some emphasis on the defensive end here. And the Wolverines do a nice job, and they control the defensive boards here, and Utah Valley gaining a possession. They're up 7 now and just slowly kind of bleeding this lead out.
Otuafi to Carvalho. Fano nearly gets it poked away. She's going to drop step inside, and it rattles out. She gets her own rebound. Sohail was not ready for the pass, so she'll give it back to Maria to reset things.
Probably a good decision there.
And Sohail got a little too aggressive, kind of threw her shoulder in and gets called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, good defensive play there by the Chicago State player. Chicago State still trailing by 7 to Utah Valley with 4:55 left here in the third quarter. Utah Valley leading here at the UCCU Center on the WAC Digital Network.
I love this view.
I love that every time this commercial airs, I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Your Utah Valley Wolverines lead by 7 here in the third quarter. Utah Valley struggling to shoot the ball, shooting at 33% as a team, 13 of 39. They've missed an abundance of three-point shots. They started things off nicely. They hit their first and then hit another one earlier on, but 2 of 13 from downtown. What has really made a big difference for Utah Valley is free throw shooting. They're 10 of 13, so that's been huge. They lead the rebounding battle by 6. Utah Valley does have 11 offensive rebounds and 12 second chance points. 0 bench points for the Wolverines, though, compared to the 12 bench points of Chicago State. Utah Valley comes up with a turnover, but I guess one turnover deserves another as Haklichka picks the pocket of Madison Grange.
I'm not sure that it deserves another, but it begets another.
Yeah, that's probably a better word.
Yeah, there you go.
Corner 3 by Webb is good.
Well, she's been a big lift off the bench.
She's been huge, 10 points.
No, she doesn't come off the bench. I apologize. The other Webb comes off the bench, but what a nice shot there from the corner for Webb.
She's 2 of 3 from downtown. Sohail can't connect on the baseline jumper.
Well, we talked about this in the first half. Chicago State, the lead gets to 7, gets to 9, gets to somewhere in where it starts to be a little bit dangerous, and they just do just enough to continue to keep themselves right in this basketball game. And Webb with the shot last possession to put them back here within 4.
Adediran can't connect. Looks like it may have been deflected. Carvalho pushing, and she takes that angle. It's a really tough angle, and that time it got blocked. She's shown that she can connect on it. Fano comes up with the Sohail miss, and the Wolverines will reset. Sohail with a little chip shot, but it goes in and out. Sohail struggling a little bit from the floor, now 2 of 9 shooting.
Yeah, she's had some opportunities today, and she just simply can't seem to get anything to go down. And then right there, that's a shot I'd like to see Madison Grange take in transition a little bit.
Floater rattles out, and Neha Sohail picks it up. Sohail goes right at her defender, and that will be another offensive foul.
Well, again, right there, Kyle, and you said it last time, just about a minute ago when she picked up an offensive foul. She lowers that shoulder. You lower that shoulder into the defender, and the official's right there. He sees it go right into the chest of that defender. You're going to get called for an offensive foul. You see it right there, and the defender was in good position. Sohail comes, puts that shoulder right into her chest, and down she goes, offensive foul.
You could see Madison Grange on that last play as well. She was super frustrated that she didn't get the pass. She was wide open. That would have been the best look she would have had all evening. But I think this is a crucial point for the Wolverines, where Chicago State is putting together a bit of a run, and they get another offensive board. They're able to score with the foul. I don't know if that's going to be on Josie or somebody else. Either way, not looking good for the Wolverines, and it's easy to get flustered in a moment like this.
Yeah, very easy. Right now, Utah Valley, that foul was actually called on Lailani Otufai, and she picks up the foul there, and an and one opportunity here for a player that we've talked about a bunch now for Chicago State and Britter. She's just really been such a lift off the bench and just a good-looking inside player, really high motor.
Kayla Anderson with the rebound off the free throw miss. Carvalho fakes the three, kicks out. Grange, she had a look. Fano just gets it blocked. There's Britter again, making an impact on both ends of the floor.
Well, I'll tell you, she's just been phenomenal this evening. Has number 31, Britter, for Chicago State. She's a junior out of Dunlap, Illinois.
Williams gets a hand on it, and I think that ball would have been off of Utah Valley, but Britter decided to save it. And Haklichko.
The official got a little confused, pointed the incorrect direction, and Chicago State players looked at him like he was nuts, and he realized he was.
Yeah, it ended up being the right call.
He says, no. Clapped his hands and said, that direction. Just one of those little moments in basketball.
Britter is going to go right at Josie, and she dribbles it off of her foot. You can see the frustration on her face, but got to shake it off.
Yeah, and in that situation, she's got a little too excited. She's been having a lot of success inside, but most of that success has not been with her back to Josie Williams inside and saying, I'm going to make a move on you. It's been more facing the basket.
Anderson, kind of a weird spot to be in. Carvalho, corner three. This one is no good. And the ball will stay with Utah Valley. Carvalho now 1 of 6 from downtown. If she's open, you still got to take that shot. Really, I can't blame her.
Yeah, you got to shoot that, and she was wide open in that corner, and she's struggling a little bit there tonight. But I'll tell you, you always, as a shooter, have got to shoot. The next one's always going in your mind.
Anderson reverses on her pivot and gets a great look on the baseline, knocks it down, her first points of the game.
That was a beautiful, assertive move right there. That kind of blew my mind. Just a beautiful spin dribble, back with a reverse pivot, and just knocked that floater down.
Utah Valley needs a spark, especially when Chicago State is shooting the ball well, as Haklichka knocks down a corner three, and it is a 1-point game again.
Actually, I think that may have been Laris Sagas that hit that one.
Sagas. Okay, yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, number 11 and number 12. Both with ponytails.
Both ponytails, both about the same height.
Yeah, exactly.
One number off, so give me a break.
Hey, I wasn't asking for your job, man.
I know.
No, absolutely not. You keep your job, I'll keep mine.
Fano loses the handle, and it will stay with Utah Valley. 19 on the game clock as the third quarter trickles down, 14 on the shot clock. Utah Valley, one of their last 9, and have turned the ball over 4 times in the last 5 minutes. So the third quarter has been relatively ugly for Utah Valley. Anderson in and out. Thought she was going to do the same thing as she did on the other side a moment ago.
And then Josie Williams just kind of rushed that putback attempt. And there's a good call by the official, a little travel.
Fortunate break for Utah Valley.
Yeah, and right there it was Haklichka was just a little bit indecisive of what she was going to do with the basketball.
Grange fires it up, and a little too strong there.
Well, that's going to ruin her percentage.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the first attempt that she's taken so far, which is unfortunate. But we'll see if she can get a few in the fourth quarter. Utah Valley hanging on by a point. We will be right back on the WAC Digital Network.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Weather. It takes an experienced team, passionate about putting you in the know before you go. It takes the KSL weather specialists. Weather made special.
One more quarter to go. The next game coming up, and I'm excited for the end of this game, but next game is going to be interesting as well. Anytime you have teams play each other back-to-back, tomorrow the Wolverines will be hosting the Cougars at 3 p.m., so be sure to tune in on the WAC Digital Network.
Yeah, really, really quick turnaround here for basketball teams. Other sports maybe like, for instance, baseball. You go in, you play a 3 or 4 game set, and you play back to back to back. But in basketball, you never do that kind of thing.
It's weeks, if not a month before you see the same team twice.
Right, and lots of preparation in between. You get to see a lot of their games in between your game and the last game, and you look at film and you scout and you do those kind of things and make adjustments. But now you have less than 24 hours to make adjustments, so very interesting to see how the coaches work on this.
Utah Valley bringing out a little bit more intensity on the defensive end, which is exactly what the doctor ordered, but another great pass inside by Haklichka. Fortunately for Utah Valley, it results in a miss.
Well, it was a good challenge, actually, by Kayla Anderson. She came from behind and really challenged that. Now, Fano inside with a great move. And she has excellent footwork.
Yeah, that was
She's
beautiful.
not the tallest player on the floor, but she has such good footwork and such a nice touch that she's able to use that to maneuver and get herself a nice little shot.
Britter skips it over, and Haklichka can't come up with the 3, rebounded by Josie Williams. Williams with 19 points and 12 rebounds in 21 minutes.
Wow. Those are some numbers, folks. And this is after, again, the Wolverines have not played in 2 weeks. And so shaking off a lot of rust is everyone on this basketball team. And Josie seems like riding a bike.
Carvalho has a look. She'll take a long 2 this time, and she gets that one to fall.
I like that. She stepped into, and as my high school coach used to yell at me for staying behind the three-point line. My college coach didn't. He loved it when I stayed behind. But times changed in those few years.
Yes.
Is that they want you to take up that slack, and she did it because she hasn't been hitting.
Madison Grange is able to come up with the ball.
Well, good decisions by Madison. There were maybe some opportunities to throw ahead, but she did not.
Great pass inside to Fano. A little low-high action.
Yeah, that post-to-post action works extremely well, especially when you have post players with nice touch like both Fano and
They're both
Williams.
unselfish, too.
Yeah, very unselfish. They're excellent passers, and they both have such great soft touch around the basket within about 15 feet. Actually, both of them out to three-point range.
Yep. Britter gets around Williams. Williams puts a hand up, but it didn't matter.
That's just a good, strong move right there, going and putting the shot blocker underneath the basket so that she can't reach through that net and that rim to block that shot. Just a beautiful move.
Williams is hacked over the top. That will send her back to the free throw line, where she has become very comfortable, has taken 8 attempts and made all 8 of them so far.
I like the foul there by Britter. It's you're going to give up that layup, or you're going to make them earn them from the line, and you got to go ahead and make them earn them at this point in the basketball game. Britter coming out of the basketball game, she looks like she's a little bit fatigued. She's been playing extremely hard, has really given Chicago State a huge lift off the bench.
Free throw up and good for Josie Williams, now with 20 points, which is a new season high, 3 points away from tying the career high. Make that 2 points. So 21, one more bucket will tie the career high unless it's a 3.
Well, that's just nice touch there by her on that free throw. She just has such good form with everything that she does, and she's been very well coached here in college, but also that's going to go back to the Wolverines, or to the Cougars, excuse me. But she's been very well coached probably since she was in youth basketball, all the way through high school and now into college. Very well coached, has a great touch around the basket and from the line.
Just about 7 minutes to go here in the game. Utah Valley has been able to hold on to a bit of a larger lead. They're up 7. Chicago State kind of comes in waves where they trim it down to 2 or 1, but haven't yet been able to really tie or take the lead. Utah Valley is able to counter anytime they get within one basket.
Well, unfortunately for Chicago State, that's kind of been the story of their season. They kind of hang around, and just don't have the depth. With only 8 players on the roster, it's just very, very difficult to have the depth to beat a Wolverine basketball team that has the depth they do.
Great pass by Thorman McKee, kind of a no-looker, and
good jumper.
Chicago State trims it down to 5.
That was Leilani Moncrief again. She's done a nice job in the minutes she's played off the bench.
Carvalho has a look from 3. She'll take it and comes up a little short on the back iron again. Tough drive to the basket by Webb, but she will be rewarded with free throws.
You know, Kyle, at this point, I think I would be remiss not to say something about what a great job I feel like Coach Tiffany Sarden and her staff have done here at Chicago State. Now, as again, the record doesn't show, and, you know, with this COVID situation of a season, it's been very difficult, but she really has these kids believing and playing very, very hard.
There's no shortage of effort whatsoever.
Absolutely not. And they go into every game knowing they only have 8 players. They know that they're not deep and that other teams can go, 8, 10, 12 deep and outlast them. They come to elevation like they are tonight.
True.
And they're hanging around right now within 3 points, and they believe. So credit to her and her staff, all first-year coaches for Chicago State.
Sohail over to Grange. Grange yet to get a quality look. They keep closing in on her really quick, and then Fano a little too strong. The ball sails over the top of Carvalho. That'll be a Wolverine turnover.
Well, Grange, you can tell that they're closing out on her very, very strong.
They did their homework.
They sure did, and they know, hey, this girl's the best percentage-wise three-point shooter. Do not let her shoot, and she did a nice job, put it on the ground there, but to no avail.
Sohail comes up with the rebound. That is rebound number 11 for her. So while she has struggled a little bit on the offensive end, she has made up for it in the rebounding category.
Well, she, as you said, she struggled offensively, Neha Sohail. She is a great rebounder. She plays that 3 position, more of a wing player, and at 6'1", she just goes in there and collects a lot of rebounds. She's one of the better rebounders actually in the league.
She is 11 rebounds 3 times this season. 11's actually a career high for her that she just barely tied again.
Well, again, 3 points, and it's just one of these things where Chicago State, as there's a foul on Neha Sohail, Chicago State just absolutely refuses to go away.
Yeah. That's I think it's the 3rd, maybe the 4th team foul on Utah Valley. I believe it's the 3rd team foul, 2 fouls on Chicago State with just over 5 to go here in the game. Great drive inside by Adidrin.
And Chicago State now within 1, and it's getting to be desperation time now with 4:43. Not desperation, but Time to put the foot down for Utah Valley.
No good on the layup. So that was a very fortunate break for Utah Valley. The Wolverines looking pretty gassed, and that timeout couldn't have come at a better time. 4:34 left in the game. Utah Valley up just one. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back here on the WAC Digital Network.
News, weather, and traffic you need to know before you go. Wake up to real stories from real people. The news specialists on KSL Today. Mornings made special.
I love this view.
I love it every time this commercial airs. I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
Welcome back inside the UCCU Center. 4:34 left in the game, and Utah Valley clinging to a 1-point lead. Chicago State on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes, and Utah Valley 3 turnovers and no points in the last 3 minutes, so that's been a real difference maker there. Can Utah Valley stop the run of Chicago State? We'll see if the timeout makes a difference.
Yeah, those 3 minutes without a basket is going to run into some problems, Kyle. Yeah. And right now the Utah Valley Wolverines with 4:34 left really have got to flip a switch here, and Josie Williams back into the basketball game, and we will see if the Wolverines can overcome this Chicago State team that just literally will not go away. They will not stop hustling. They work so hard, and quite honestly, they're kind of an inspiration to watch.
Williams at the free throw line. She's going to take it herself. She drives up, scores with the foul.
Wow, she went hard to her left. You don't see her put the basketball on the floor very often. Maybe one dribble, but I think that was 2. Did
Josie,
she sneak a second dribble
in there? I think she did. Let's take a look on the replay right here.
Oh,
no, it was just one.
No, one.
She only needed one.
But that's a strong move there by an excellent post player, and she literally has she's going to be sore tomorrow, man. Carrying the Wolverines around on her back all night has been tough.
Well, she's tied a career high at 23 points and has 12 rebounds to go along with that. So just an absolutely stellar game from Josie.
Well, and this is what you hope for when you have one of your top players really step up when some of the rest of your players are struggling a little bit that you're used to having big production from.
And that is officially a new career high for Josie Williams with 24.
And she's earned them all, boy. She's had Chicago State players draped all over her all night. And Chicago State looking to get the basketball to McKee here, and she's got it. She's open. Didn't feel comfortable with that shot.
And really tough, awkward shot. And Maria Carvalho looks like she just lost it out of bounds right before the shot clock ended. And that will give possession back to Chicago State.
Oh, and they're going to talk about this, Kyle, because did Utah Valley have possession? 1 second they're going to put on the clock because Utah Valley did not have a clear possession of that basketball is what they're going to say. And I agree with them on that. That Carvalho, in the process of securing that, dropped it off her leg out of bounds.
What a play. Oh, my gosh.
That's unbelievable. What a play.
Haklichka throws it off the back, catches it, and scores with 1 second on the shot clock.
And then she just runs back on D like she does it daily.
Williams able to score, adding to that career high, 26 for Williams.
That is a play of the week kind of play by Haklichka, but Wolverines credit them for coming right back down and answering with a nice pass inside and a nice finish by Josie Williams. But I'm still.
Just Haklichka, corner buzzing. 3. That one's no good. Rebound, Chicago State, no good. Carvalho comes up with the rebound. And a long pass a little bit too far ahead of Madison Grange, just timed it a little off. And you take a look at this play again, just goes right off the back of Carvalho, catches and fires. Oh, man, that was pretty.
Off balance and a hand in the face and just knocked it down. Just beautiful play. Just heady. Good play.
2:40 remain, and Utah Valley with a 2-possession lead.
I know when I guarded the ball out of bounds, I was always paranoid that would happen to me.
Haklichka with the 3. The bank is open.
Friday
after
night
hours.
Late. Friday night late, man. They got them in supermarkets now. They got them in supermarkets now. They stay open until at least 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Sohail had a look from 3, but decided to dump it down to Williams. Fano, she'll take the 3, and it rattles home. Big-time 3 from Shea Fano.
Well, and right there, that's the Wolverines had to have a basket, and Shea Fano really willing to step up and be the one to shoot it, and just knocks it down. Big-time shot.
Long 2 is up and off the mark.
And look who grabs that rebound is Fano, and it's winning time, and Shea Fano is now in the building, my friends.
Fano with 14 points. Fano tries to find Williams, and Williams, trying to create space, knocked Thorman McKee down, but it is going to be a foul on the Cougars.
Well, there's no way that Thorman McKee, and she's really working hard, but she really is just does not have the size to battle inside there with Josie Williams. It's just not, it's almost not fair.
Over the top to Fano, now Williams. She hands off to Carvalho, but Carvalho is fouled by Webb with 1:27 to go. Chicago State in the penalty, so Carvalho will get a pair of free throws. And if Carvalho can knock down, I mean, there's a lot of time left, but and she misses the free. It's just been an off night for Carvalho. She does have 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists, so she's done a lot, but just has struggled shooting the ball today.
Well, it's not what we're used to seeing from her. She misses the second one, but look who's there, and it's Shea Fano, and she pulls that down. New 30 new shot clock for the Wolverines.
Huge. And there's the 3 we've been waiting for. Grange, and it is in and out, no good, a rare miss.
And that was in and out, back in and out. just not in the cards, that one.
Chicago State will call timeout with 1:05 remaining, and Utah Valley with a 4-point lead. Man, Shea Fano may have really solidified the win for Utah Valley, but there's time left, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the final minute of this game.
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love, the latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Utah Valley 56-52 hosting the Cougars of Chicago State, and this one has gone back and forth over and over again. Chicago State has closed the gap to a 1-point deficit a number of times, but Utah Valley has always had an answer once that has occurred, and got to give credit to Shea Fano. She came down, knocked down a 3 to give them that 4-point lead, and then comes up with an offensive rebound off of the Maria Carvalho free throw miss. So that was just gigantic. But Chicago State has been resilient, and they've knocked down shots when they matter, so a minute is a long time.
Absolutely, it's a long time. And remember, in the women's game, you can advance the basketball late in the game. There's a lot of advantages that aren't in maybe the men's college game that are in the women's college game, much more similar to the professional basketball game, and so a minute 5 can really increase based on those rules. Now, Chicago State, with their resilience, what they've done all night is they've been very opportunistic. They've made the plays just when they needed them. That's what's dangerous. So Utah Valley is in danger of Chicago State making a play, Utah Valley not making a play, and Chicago State making a play to win this basketball game.
Dangerous pass results in a turnover. I would have liked to see Britter step out to, kind of that elbow spot, because there was just, even though she looked open, there was so much of a gap there for a Wolverine player to sneak in and steal it, which is exactly what happened.
Well, and there were 3 Wolverines and in a triangle, and she was in the middle of it, and if she would have sprinted towards the basketball, maybe, but she really thought she had a good post up. The passer thought she had a good post up. It just didn't work out.
Madison Grange knocks down the free throw, and she will have one more. And she knocks down them both.
I'll tell you, I really like the game of. We're gonna go full 30-second timeout here, but I really like the game of this young point guard for Chicago State in Anna Haklichka. She made that incredible play down here. She hit the 3-point shot to keep them in the basketball game, and probably the best part about her is she went to her last school was the Touristic and Catering School.
Interesting.
So I am down for that. I think that's where I want to go to my next college. The Touristic, or that's actually not college. She went to high school, the Touristic and Catering School. She's just a freshman at 5'6", but just thought that was very interesting. It's from Croatia. So a nice find by Chicago State and that young player. Now Utah Valley, on the other hand, right now needs to go ahead and play good defense. Should Chicago State score, you secure the basketball, you get it in bounds, you do not turn it over, you be strong with the basketball, force them to foul you, make your free throws, and we all go home happy. That's really a pretty basic formula to winning basketball games late. Don't turn it over, hit your free throws.
Yeah, there you go. And, I hope that we get some more of what this game has been tomorrow, and it looks like that will be a Chicago State turnover as Thorman McKee tried to go baseline around Josie, but that is a difficult task, and she stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, good strong move, just about an inch too much.
And Sohail stepped out of bounds right there, so that makes things a little interesting.
Once again, turnabout is fair play. You said that earlier, and turnabout is fair play. The Wolverines now back in the same position they were 6 seconds ago.
Haklichka. Chicago State's got to get a shot off. They do. The long 2 is no good. Rebounded by Grange.
Yeah, Grange is somebody they don't want to foul. So once she gets it out of her hands, then Chicago State goes ahead and fouls.
And now for Chicago State, normally you wouldn't say this because Carvalho is actually a really good free throw shooter, but she struggled from the line today. She's 1 of 4 from the free throw line, so not a bad person to foul today, at least if you're the Cougars.
And if you look at her overall performance tonight, she's played actually very good basketball as she knocks in the first one. But she has not shot the basketball well.
She just makes me eat my words when the time comes, and I can take that. That's
but I agree with you. If I'm Chicago State, I do the same thing, and she knocks them both down. She makes everyone eat their words. But it's, when someone is struggling, that's what you kind of want to try to do. And Carvalho proves everyone wrong.
Haklichka. Chicago State needs a bucket. She drives in and is fouled by Carvalho, but that is now, I think, team foul number 4, so no free throws coming yet.
Saves the layup, Kyle.
Yes.
There was a layup about to be had, and Haklichka was like, shoot. And now it's not going to matter. We're going to get a trip to the line anyway as they call one on Shea Fano for a little bump there on Britter as she was trying to get in position to receive that pass.
That could have gone on Britter. Britter just kind of ran right into Fano, but
it was a pretty physical exchange, if you will. Pick one, and he picked the wrong card.
Britter, no good on the free throw, but she'll get one
in
more.
our eyes.
Yes.
We're being homers now. But Chicago State, they've earned a lot of respect for me here.
Absolutely,
from this broadcaster, for sure. And I really have to tip my cap to their coaching staff and especially to their players. Britter knocks that one down.
Fano to Williams. I was hoping they would foul her so she could add to her career high.
Well, you can clearly see they don't want to foul Madison Grange, but eventually you've got to foul somebody or that time just continues to tick away, and that time is the only thing on your hand and or only thing on your side. And right now it looks like Britter has fouled out of this basketball game, but I'll tell you what, that young lady, she played her heart out, and you got to really, really applaud her effort tonight.
Britter was awesome.
She
11
really
points, 6 rebounds in 17 minutes.
Yeah, and somebody who came off the bench and just gave them energy and a big lift.
Grange knocks down the free throw. The Wolverines have shot the ball from the free throw line pretty well as a team, 78% overall. And Grange with a rare miss from the free throw line. Williams, a scramble for the ball, and that'll be a jump. And Utah Valley will hang on. So the Wolverines can hang on. I'm guessing they may want to just dribble it out unless Chicago State decides to foul, which they might.
It looks like they're not going to. Oh, and Fano decides to take the jumper, and Chicago State comes back the other way.
3 balls on the way, no good. Rebounded by Chicago State. They're looking for one more shot. 3 on the clock. Great pass inside and no good. So Utah Valley hangs on to win 61-53 against the visiting Cougars of Chicago State, and they will be right back at it again here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And I selfishly kind of want to see more of the same. There were some really exciting plays in this game. Both teams fought extremely hard. Even when shots weren't falling, it was still there wasn't really a shortage of effort on both sides.
And that's what you want to see in a good college basketball game. You want to see all these kids out here. They're students first, they're athletes second, and they're all out here working hard. And we hope they work this hard in the classroom.
And credit the Wolverines and Josie Williams. Williams with 26 points and 13 rebounds. Those 26 points were a career high. And we're going to wrap it up here from Orem, Utah. We will see you back here tomorrow at 3.
Hey, Ben.